This is Gojira, and today I'm going to be talking to you about some garage maintenance and ways to keep your credits up to a nice healthy level. I run most of my WOT career, my World of Tanks career, running a standard account, so I've had to manage my credits very carefully to make sure that I've got lots of money to spend on lots of tanks. So the first thing we'll have a look at is in the depot. So if you go to Armory and to Depot, you can see under modules that the modules you have from upgrading a tank stay in your garage until you sell them. And you don't need them. You can sell these with impunity and get the credits back. When I first discovered this, I had an absolute garage or an armory or a depot full of stuff from upgrading tanks that I didn't know I could sell on. So you can sell these on, just sell it like this and get credits back. So that's one way to make sure that you have got lots of credits, is to sell the stuff from the depot, and these are the modules from tanks that you own. And here's some here. So here's some more here. Look at all this, sell it, sell it, sell it. And we're getting credits and credits and credits from selling off the stuff we don't actually, because I don't even have a T-34 or an A-43 at the moment. I've upgraded it all to the A-44. So those were the modules from the A-44 and the preceding tanks that I didn't need anymore. So I sold them and then my credits have gone up. So that's tip number one, sell the modules. If you go back to the depot, you can also sell shells you don't need. That's 57mm APCR shells. I think that's probably from the T-34. So I can sell those because I'm not going to use the T-34 again, and they're gone. What else can you sell? Consumables. So these, I haven't got Swedish tanks, so I'm going to sell that. I haven't got Czech tanks, and I think I'll sell those as well. So I've sold off the consumables I don't need to get more credits. Heading up towards 14 million. Wow. The other thing, well, we're talking about consumables, and on every tank above, I think it's tier 6 and 7, I run automatic fire extinguishers on all of them. So if you have a look, KB4 automatic fire extinguisher, IS3 automatic fire extinguisher, IS7, any competition tank like T54 Light, Jag Tiger automatic fire extinguisher, U100 automatic fire extinguisher. So always run an automatic fire extinguisher on tanks you don't want to burn out, or tanks you play basically. But if you look in the store, you can buy these consumables in advance, and actually that's not a tremendously good idea, but quite a lot you get half price sales on consumables. When these are half price, buy loads of them, because you're basically buying money, because you're going to use these already. I've got 58 on my vehicles already, so when they're half price at 1500, I'll probably buy maybe 1 million credits worth of these consumables I use, and by doing that I'm basically buying 1 million credits for nothing really. So buy these half price and stock up on them. The same with equipment. When equipment is half price, you can buy it in advance for the next tank. So if you know that your next tank needed improved ventilation class 3, you could go to the store here and buy it when it is half price and save yourself 300,000 credits. So only ever buy things when they are half price and plan ahead in advance. Similarly with buying tanks. If I was going up the A44 line again, the next tank, the Object 416, it's not that much actually, 104,000, I don't know, about 2.5 million. When I've got that unlocked, I might wait until there's a discount, and Christmas is coming up and there will be big discounts all across the board. So you could get 15% off that, and when we go up to the 432 I could get 15% off that. So buy tanks when they are on discount, especially the higher level ones. There was a 15% discount on tier 9 tanks in the last couple of weeks, so I bought myself in advance and I haven't changed the crew yet, a Type 61, and where is he gone? An M103, and I haven't even put the crews in from the T32 yet, so the crew's just sat there waiting to go in. Because that's another thing, you can get discounts on crew retraining. So I'm waiting for the discount on crew retraining to move my crew across into the M103, which I bought on discount. Are you getting the message yet? Buy things when it's on discount, save your money. It says always discounts coming. Discounts on consumables, discounts on equipment, discounts on tanks, discounts on crew retraining. So if you want more money, like me, wait for discounts. The last thing I'm going to talk about is premium tanks. So I think there's a clever filter here somewhere where I can say I only want to look at my premium tanks. Oh, look, there it is. So when you buy a premium tank, it comes with a crew. Sometimes it comes with a 50% crew. Sometimes it comes with a 100% crew. I'll just find one with a 50% crew. Here's one with a 50% crew. Sometimes it'll have a 100% crew in it, like my Stug 4 had when I got it. What you want to be doing is getting rid of these crews, unless it's like a Berlin trio, like a Cromwell Berlin, or maybe even a Rudy, where you've got a dog who's a radio operator, which I think is a very clever dog. You don't want those crews in there. What you want, and in this case, I've got my Stug 3 crew in the E25 because they've got massive camo skills and all sorts of other things. You want to use these as crew trainers. So the only point for buying, let's say, a Matilda 4, actually there's really no point buying a Matilda 4, chaps, no point whatsoever. It's so underpowered these days that you might as well save your money, get a tier 6 medium. So the only point for buying a Matilda 4 is to retrain crew. So I haven't got a Matilda 4 crew, but I can retrain the crew from any of my tier 8 Soviet mediums. Let's have a look at tier 8 Soviet mediums. Beep, beep, beep. So any of these tier 8 any of these Soviet mediums, they're all tier 8, I don't know why I said that. The crew can go into my Matilda 4, my T54 first prototype, and my T44-100. So I can train crew, and when it's doubles, I can get a double crew train on here, a double crew train on here, and a double crew train on here. What I've typically used this for in the past is when I've gone up a level, I'll retrain the crew for gold. So if you have a look on training, you get retrain the gold for gold and you get them to 90%. Then I'll shove them in my premium tanks until I've ground out that last 10%, so I've got 100% crew ready to go in my new tank. That's just like a way to save some money on crew training. And again, if it's half price, get it half price, because probably what I'm going to do for the new tanks I bought is wait for gold crew retraining to be half price and spend some money on gold and retrain them there. So you don't want these suckers that come with these tanks. They're my T44. I don't want a T44-100 crew. They might as well go. I might as well put my T54 crew in, or my Object 140 crew in, and get extra training on them. So that's the thing. Premium tanks are for crew. You make sure you're buying one that you can use for crew retraining, because otherwise you're missing a trick. The other thing I will say about premium tanks is do not buy one above your pay grade. And what I mean by that is don't go buying AMX CDC if you have not played tier 8 mediums, because otherwise you'll just get wrecked, because it's made of, because it's a completely fictitious tank. I think it's made of polyfiller and paper, so there's no armor absolutely at all. So if you go out there and you're not used to playing skittery paper mediums, you're just going to get wrecked. So do not buy things above your pay grade, and buy things that you know how to play. So like the Type 64, if you've never played a light tank before, if you've not got a tier 6 light tank, and you go out in a Type 64, you're going to be a handicap for your team. The typical ones are the tier 8 heavies. So if you've got playing a T34 or a Lova, and I'm not saying you're no good, but if you've never played like the IS-3 or a KB-4 or tanks like that, you're just going to be a handicap for your team. You shouldn't really be going out and doing it, chaps. You should be really don't buy above your pay grade. Buy tanks that fit what you've got and that you can retrain crew in. So if you're doing Soviet mediums, you've got an option to buy T54 first prototype, which is a decent enough tank. You could have a Rudy, if I could have a Rudy, buy a Rudy. You could have a T44 100 if you've done the grind, or buy a tank that's not quite as good as some of the other tanks you can buy. But that's the trick. Buy tanks that fit your current skill sets that you can put crews across from. So that's all I'm going to say today. I think, yeah, this is ways that you can conserve your money, make more money, and I'll just summarize it again. Sell the equipment and consumables from the depot that you don't need. Buy things when they're half price or on discount. When you're doing premium tanks, buy premium tanks that you know how to play or that you have crews for. That's it. I hope this video was helpful for you.